2020. How's your 2020 vision? And I wanted to share a couple of thoughts, ideas that I've got for 2020. Hey up, welcome to 2020. And for the first time in about 2 months, we've actually got some dry weather. The sun is out. Hey. Fantastic, eh? Welcome to Wales. But we've had 2 or 3 months of almost solid rain, and meanwhile our friends and family in Australia are kind of experiencing the worst ever bushfires. Wouldn't it be nice if we could arrange for some of this rain to go down to Australia and we could do a weather swap? That'd be a good invention, wouldn't it? A weather swapper. Anyway, 2020. How's your 2020 vision? And I wanted to share a couple of thoughts, ideas that I've got for 2020. Number one is to try things I haven't tried before. And an example of that would be, I'm talking in horticultural terms, one of the things I haven't tried before is to grow camellias from seeds. Here's our camellia, which will be in flower in a month or two. It was looking glorious last February. I might just slip a photograph in here of how it looked. There you go. And after the flowers, we got these guys. Well, actually, they start out looking like this. There's the kind of the fruit there, and then they split open in the sunshine and drop their seeds. So I thought I'd see if I could find, here you go, one that's still got the seeds there, and collect these seeds and see if we can grow camellias from this plant. It's likely that it won't be the same variety because they tend to get cross-pollinated and you get new. Well, there we are. We can have Camellia rogersii or something. So there we go. That's one of the things that I'm going to do, is to try something new. Have a go at something I haven't tried before. Ooh, there's another one. Come on, fella. Now's your chance. So I'll put those down there with their mates, and we'll have a go at growing them from seed. So, what is it that you could try for the first time in your garden? Quick update here. You may know that we love growing our bulbs. There's nothing as cheerful as a little daffodil or a snowdrop coming up in the late winter. And there's our first flower bud there. Got lots of early flowering and dwarf daffodils there. Another few weeks and they'll be in colour. And then what we do is we grow them around here out the way, and as they come into flower we put them on the windowsill by our kitchen, so when we look out from the kitchen we can see them in flower. The other thing that I'm determined to do this year is to do something about kind of all the environmental concerns. Before I go on about that, now look, there's our hanging basket full of tete-a-tete daffodils. That'll be a ball of colour. This is how the basket should look in the spring. But there they go. They're coming up nicely through the moss there in the basket. Anyway, I digest. Environmental stuff. You know, we walk around South Wales here and we're forever picking up litter, plastic bottles, glass bottles, in this beautiful country. Look at those rolling hills over there. Why would we be messing up such a beautiful country? So I'm determined this year to see if I can kind of link arms with some other people who feel the same way and do something about cleaning up our local environment, and maybe planting a few more trees and shrubs and bulbs and flowers, putting back into investing in our planet. Because if we don't do that, if we just take from our planet, you know, that's gonna have a long-term effect, doesn't it? We can't just keep on taking, we've got to give back to our planet. And a lot of people, myself included, talk and moan about, you know, the litter and the state of the environment and everything else, but actually, you know, talk is just more hot air, and we've got enough of that. What we need is some action. So I'm determined this year, and I'll keep you posted about what we're going to try and do here in Camellias in South Wales to improve our environment. So there we go, trying something new in my garden, trying to do something about the environment. And the other thing that I want to do is to really highlight the benefits of hedges. And years ago, when I was in college, and we were kind of trying to keep on top of kind of gardening trends. This is back in the late 70s, early 80s. People started talking about designing a garden room, as looking at your garden as an extension of your home. And so I guess the plants would be the ornaments in the garden. And therefore, things like hedges and climbers would be a bit like wallpaper. These are the things that you put around the edge of your outdoor room, your garden. And so hedges have gone out of fashion, haven't they, for a long time, and fences and walls have come into fashion. So we've got our fence there, but we've also got a slightly wild kind of screen, mixture of bamboo and buddleia and palm trees along the back there, and various other shrubs. And as you can see, you know, if you saw that, the birds, the wildlife love hedges. Fences and walls don't do much for wildlife. However, putting in something along the boundary as your wallpaper for your outdoor room, for your garden, can look great. It can smell great too, because we've got some perfumed shrubs in there. But it's also great for the wildlife. We need our, there we are, look, can you see them in the bushes there? We need our birds, because they feed on the insects that we otherwise try to kill using chemicals, and then that's kind of detrimental on the environment. So I'm going to be trying to promote at least one different hedging plant every month. So over the next 12 months, during 2020, from January through to December, I'm going to highlight a different hedging plant, something that you can wallpaper your outdoor room with during 2020. And today's hedging plant I want you to consider is this one around here. Now, we're not growing it as a hedge, we're just growing it as a shrub, but oh my goodness me, what a pong, what a perfume we get from this. This is the Christmas box. You would actually have, if you go right back to when I started my first ever video, was on this little shrub here, that, as you can see, loves to grow in the shade. It's evergreen, it's got glossy leaves, it looks a bit like a box plant, but you've got the added bonus of these highly perfumed highly perfumed flowers on here in the middle of winter. This one actually flowered for the first time on Christmas Day this last winter, and I expect it to keep on going for another few weeks yet, well into February, maybe even sometimes into early March, depending on what the winter weather is like. So what a wonderful hedge this would make. We could plant it all the way along here if we wanted to. And I remember when I was at college, Pershore College of Horticulture in Worcestershire in England, we had a hedge of this just outside the canteen. So when I queued for lunch, we could stand there and inhale the wonderful perfume from this amazing evergreen, easy to grow hedge or shrub that you can grow. Basically, you can grow anything as a hedge, you just plant a row of them. So we tend to have a kind of a list of 5 or 6 plants that we grow as a hedge, thinking that's all we can grow for hedging. But actually, you could grow just about anything as a hedge if you really like it, and if you've got the right spot for it. So we're going to have a look at some other options for hedges in 2020 and do our bit to help our environment. So there we go, there's my 3 things for 2020. What are yours? Let me know. Let's have a conversation on YouTube. Let me know your kind of 2020 vision. Bye.